Matt Piscatella of Circata Research on Blue Sky says in the US, PlayStation 5 accounted for 47% of total Black Friday week hardware unit sales, leading the market. Nintendo Switch 2 ranked second, 24%, with the Nex Playground third at 14%, which again, tongue in cheek, it's Circana. Take this with a grain of salt, and obviously jokes abound. But I wanted to look further into what the hell the Nex Playground was, because the Xbox Series S and X apparently did not even show up for Black Friday. This is the Nex Playground. Daniel Camillo, gaming China consultant, he writes about the gaming industry. He says about the Nex Playground, which outsold the Xbox during Black Friday in the US. It's important to understand that while the company tries to brand itself as being from San Fran, this is fundamentally a Skyworth operation in China with direct and heavy links to Shenzhen. I mentioned this device last year, by the way. As I often mention devices I find interesting. Since the Wii and then Kinect, Chinese OEMs have produced countless devices emulating that format. It's been a staple in shopping malls, schools, and households. This is from September 1st, 2024. Just found out a company released its own Kinect, priced at $200 plus an $89 a year subscription for its available games. Yes, really. What? Let's check it.
Meet Nex Playground, the entertainment system that gets you moving.
You know what's crazy about this?
You want to create a device.
I don't think I could give my Kinect away. I don't know anyone that gives two shits about Kinect for 360 or for the Xbox One. I have both of them. I haven't used them in probably a decade. I don't know anyone that has. Now we have an inferior system that's coming in, and my goodness, guys, never underestimate the power of the normies. The normie market is an insane amount of people. People that have no idea what's going on with gaming, no idea what has existed in the past before. They probably own a Wii. They probably already own the Kinect, and they're probably just like, oh, new toy? This is probably better because it's different.
That gets people moving and gets them to do it together. So that's what we did.
Literally no different than the Kinect at all.
It's an all-new way to play.
Worse.
No extra sensors, headsets, or clunky wearables. Just play like you were born to play.
So it's the
This
Kinect.
freedom opens up a whole new world of possibility that you just can't capture with traditional games.
Playground uses its wide-angle camera to detect the players and their body.
But you know what's funny about this is this reminds me of the Intellivision Amico situation when people are like, why would you invest in that? Who's going to buy an inferior system when all these other major systems are out there? I was thinking of the normie market. I'm like, I could see my family playing this game system. I could see us getting together and playing these. This is the normie market. It doesn't have to be the best. It doesn't have to have the graphical computational powers behind it. It just needs to address the market. What the Wii did, what the original Kinect somehow did, even though it was kind of garbage. Even like all these things that have happened, address the market. And now they've gone away. So now something comes in to fill it in that's not even better than what existed before.
All the games are played using simple and intuitive gestures. So yeah, it's that easy.
We knew that when we
So that's the Nex Playground. I don't mean to take away from Nex and its founder. There's a lot I don't know about its operations, obviously, and David Lee, CEO. I think it's great how they managed to capitalize on this audience in the US during this holiday. I suppose using strong targeted online marketing. I think it's wild. I live in the video game world. And before this came out showing that it was the third best-selling product in Black Friday for gaming devices, I had never heard of it. And if I did, I quickly forgot about it because I don't remember this at all. So it's impressive to me that it reached the normie market and penetrated to the point of people would be paying $200 for this, knowing that there's a $90 month subscription with it. My point is, the Nex is not so much a sudden and unique stroke of genius, but rather a very visible and timed, I believe, success case study that essentially doesn't differentiate itself much from what many others have been doing in recent years, coming out of the GBA in China. Knockoff Chinese systems, the soldier boys, if you will. This is from Video Games Chronicle. It says, Xbox was outsold by a little-known Kinect-style console during Black Friday. The Nex Playground crashed the Black Friday hardware chart in the US. This is so embarrassing, by the way. If you're Phil Spencer or Sarah Bond, and this story comes out, I mean, we already know you guys have been complete failures for the past decade or so of Xbox and Microsoft products. But my God, if there wasn't a better example to prove to everyone that you're terrible at what you do right now. Xbox hardware was outsold by a little-known Kinect-style device. That's according to Circana, sharing on social media, which suggests that the family console Nex Playground took 14% of the market for the week ending November 29th. As in the UK, PS5 dominated Black Friday week hardware sales, accounting for 47%, likely driven by discount. Yeah, PlayStation 5s were heavily discounted. I saw them $100 to $200 off, which wild. Nintendo Switch 2 ranked second, 24%, which is to be expected because it wasn't on sale, more than $50 off, meaning that Xbox took less than 14%. Nex Playground is an Android-powered console, just like I believe the Intellivision Amico was, launched in 2023, which features a motion camera similar to Microsoft's Axe sensor Kinect. The console features family games such as Fruit Ninja and retails for $250, but is regularly discounted to under $200, so $199.99. The Playground has been quietly growing in popularity in the U.S. market and even briefly outsold PS5 in the week before Black Friday. Holy crap. The BRAP podcast says, according to Circana and GSF retail data, Xbox's Black Friday performance makes it clear that consumers have largely moved away from the platform. The numbers show that Xbox hardware simply isn't a factor in the current market. Christopher Dring, which is editor-in-chief of the game business. Although that may be true, it's worth noting that Xbox was not competitive with its pricing over Black Friday. And it seems like there isn't a huge amount of stock in circulation. So it's as much to do with Xbox's ambition with its consoles as it is with consumer demand. I agree. I didn't see Xbox discounting or pushing their product at all. But I think the bigger story is that this is selling so much that it's showing up. 14% of all video game console sales was from, that's more than 1 in 10 was this thing. That's almost 1.5 out of every 10 that are sold with this thing. How? GameIndustry.biz feature journalist Rob Fahey this month called Nex Playground a smart play for the industry's blind spot. Nex Playground's stroke of genius really lies in taking one of Nintendo's foundational ideas, building cheap, accessible, robust devices using dated hardware and a philosophy that's more toy maker than tech giant, and using it to wedge itself into a market segment that other platform holders have either abandoned or simply forgotten about. Wholeheartedly agree with that, actually. If Nintendo came out with one of these and even colored it like the nostalgic gray and light gray colors for the NES, could you imagine the Nintendo fanboys just slopping all over this, jumping all, oh my God, this is amazing. It's so much fun. You don't understand, man. It's way better than what the Kinect was, when it's the same damn thing. PS5 was the big winner of Black Friday, and the console took 62%. Xbox Series S and X accounted for 10% of the market during Black Friday week. Nintendo took 23. Well, they said 24 earlier, but in the UK, the standard PS console was priced 21% lower, and all this other stuff for the Nielsen data. Okay, so that is the situation with this thing, this Nex Playground. People in the community, the average gamer says, I have come face to face with the Xbox killer, the Nex Playground. I got to be honest. I mean, I go to stores every once in a while. I've never seen one of these in a wall. This looks like it's at a Walmart. Yeah, rollback. I've never seen one of these in my life ever. It's apparently been out since 2023. The Nex Playground is outselling the Xbox, but it also outsold the PS5 Slim. The Nex Playground is literally just like a Kinect and focuses on simple social games like Fruit Ninja. Are you buying one of these this holiday? I'll be honest. I would not. I was going to say as a joke, I would buy it like to test it out. I'm like, no, for $200 for something I know I'm never going to use. No, I don't. And I have a family with 2 kids that want to play games. They would not like this. And if they do, I'd be like, let's set up the Kinect again then. Why would I buy a new console for the same shit? And I'll end it at this. Jonas J. Campbell, who is a legend and director of content for That Park Place, he says, never underestimate the normie market. This is a $200 system full of motion versions of apps people are familiar with. It's another way to play Fruit Ninja. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever heard of a Nex Playground? Have you ever seen one of these on store shelves? Or even better question, did you buy one? And if so, do you like it? Like what? I don't even know anything about it. It's been out for 2 years, apparently. I just think it's the funniest thing in the world that this is taking Xbox's lunch right now. It's the normie market being addressed, completely forgotten about by Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. The big 3 have just moved on from it. This is the kind of thing that if Sega focused on, they could slide right in back to the console market, picking up the normie market if they wanted to. There is a massive audience for this stuff. The Wii exposed that, and then it got forgotten about. And again, I go back to the Intellivision Amico I thought might go back into that normie market, and it never came out. But this thing did, and it's cleaning up. And could you imagine, by the way, leading up to launch, a lot of people would be laughing at this thing. And here it is cleaning up. So curious. But I will leave that one there.